Kayla Golson. I was an Aggie term resident at Caldwell High School last year for the 2021-2022 school year. I'm a proud Fightin' Texas Aggie and got my degree in political science, graduating in 2021, and I just got my master's degree in instruction and curriculum this past August in 2022. I'm currently teaching Honors World Geography as well as AP Government and Economics. This year I was also the JV volleyball coach and I'm the head girls soccer coach.
Howdy guys, my name is Hannah Hart and I am in Algebra 1 here with Miss Sherry Perry at Caldwell High School in the Aggie Term program. I am a graduate from Texas A&M class of 2022 and I graduated with a mathematics degree and now am pursuing my master's in curriculum and instruction in education at Texas A&M, and that is what brought me to the Aggie Term program. I chose Caldwell ISD because of many reasons. So first of all, I had heard from previous Aggie Term and T-class residents how wonderful experiences that they had at Caldwell. And so I was really excited to interview. I also have a former professor who is a graduate of Caldwell High School, and so he also pushed me towards this opportunity. And so I chose it because of those reasons. And also during the interview process, I felt very comfortable to be who I was. They had an in-person interview, other places did not, and so that was a really awesome opportunity. I was also able to tour the school beforehand and meet who my possible mentor teacher would be. So I really got a holistic view of what it would be like to work here at Caldwell High School, and it was just a really awesome opportunity, and I loved my experience through that. And so those are
it felt very real and welcoming to come into the school. I sat in the office. They directed me to the multi-purpose room. Everything was decorated with Caldwell ISD banners, and it was really exciting to go into the school, walk around for a little while, then sit down for my interview, and it made me a whole lot less nervous. But I also got the opportunity in this interview to meet the superintendent, the vice superintendent, the principal, the vice principal, our instruction and curriculum director, as well as my Aggie term mentor. So I was able to come in and meet all of these people before and during my interviews, so we all got to know each other at the same time, which I thought that experience really solidified the deal for me instead of having to do an online interview where I just recorded myself and felt very stale and bland. I came into Caldwell and that's what made me stay. In addition to the amazing interview process, I was also given the opportunity during my Aggie term residence year last year to be a coach. I was the girls coach for soccer last year as well, and I was able to earn the additional stipend on top of what the Aggie term residency already gives you. And I thought that opportunity really made a difference in choosing Caldwell, but also being able to have a little bit more money in that residency year when I was still reaching towards a master's degree and in school having to pay for things, books, and the classes. It kind of padded my way a little bit.
One reason is that Aggie term provides a stair step to becoming a teacher in your own classroom. So I was a student during COVID, and so I did not have any experience in the classroom until my senior year. And so I was very scared to step into the classroom. So I actually deferred my student teaching to be a part of the Aggie term program so that I could have a better understanding of what it would be like. So additionally, I'm getting paid to be a student teacher, and that really never happens. And so I am not only here every day and doing all the things that student teachers do, I am getting an incredible experience. I'm also getting paid, which means that I am also in TRS. For those of you who don't know, that's the teacher retirement system. And so this 1 year of residency is actually being counted for my retirement, which is so cool. And so additionally, I really like that we have the 3-year commitment to the district, so I'm guaranteed a job. And so that is really helpful because now I don't really have to worry, and I just know that I am in a good place and that I am here. And Aggie Term is just so awesome. I would highly recommend it to anybody who is interested.
I think some of the most beneficial things that come with being an Aggie Term resident, I would say number one for me is being able to come into the classroom and actually see the day in, day out for an entire school year. Usually when you do your student teaching, it's for either the first semester or the second semester, and you only really get a feel for what the first semester's like or the second semester, versus when you do Aggie Term, you get the entire year with a teacher who is somebody that has the experience, that knows the ins and outs of the classroom and is there to help you and teach you. And I just really liked being able to connect with my mentor and have somebody there to ask questions to, because there's not a whole lot of room for questions when you're just thrown into the classroom as a first-year teacher and expected to be great. And I think that really helped my transition into this school year, coming into my classroom on the very first day of school, not feeling helpless and scared. I felt confident and excited for the school year because I was ready and trained on what to do for an entire year prior, and I already knew most of the kids that I have in my classroom.
So if you are considering Aggie Term, my advice to you would be to go for it, to do it, because it has been an incredible opportunity for me to have professional development, for me to grow, for me to be a part of this Caldwell family, to be a part of the Aggie Term family. Everyone here has your back. Everyone here just is so kind and welcoming. I would just highly recommend coming here to Caldwell ISD. Additionally, my advice to you would be to not be afraid to make mistakes, not be afraid to try something new. Being a teacher, I have learned through this year, is all about being able to reevaluate what you're doing, see what works, see what doesn't work, and just not be afraid to try something new and not be afraid to be yourself.
Do as many things as possible while you're in that residence year, in your practice year, because everything that you do and experience really just helps you in the future when you have 85 other things to do. You already know how to do things that are outside of the classroom, like coaching. If you get the opportunity to be a coach, I would do it. And it's not just because of the money. You gain those relationships with students, but also it gives you a different frame of reference when thinking about students that are struggling in class. You know that they stay after school till 7 o'clock for practice and then 9 o'clock for games. That gives you a different frame of reference, but it also helps you understand where students are coming from, where parents are coming from, and you get that relationship outside of the four walls of your classroom. Another thing that I 100% recommend doing is if you can get involved in any extracurricular activity or event, I would do that while you're in your residence year. A great example is prom. If you get the opportunity to go chaperone a prom or sit in on some of the junior class sponsor prom meetings to understand the ins and the outs, I would go do that, because more than likely eventually you are going to have to participate, plan, and do the administrative side of a prom. And if you can understand that and get the help before you're on your own in your classroom when you're a resident, it will really help you in the future.